So I've posted 593 videos to YouTube over the last 8 years. And in that time, I've made a ton of mistakes, but I've also learned exactly what works. So to save you a bunch of time and to avoid the trial and error, I'm going to share some of my biggest lessons in this video. Number one, packaging is everything. So the packaging is the thumbnail and title of your video. When I first started on YouTube, I would put so much effort into the video before even considering my title and thumbnail. This is the wrong way to think about it. You could plow so much time and energy into making what you think is the best video, but if nobody clicks on your thumbnail to start with, then nobody's going to watch your video. So now I've flipped that script and I spend a lot of my time on thinking about the thumbnail and title idea, the packaging of the video, because if nobody clicks, nobody's going to watch your video. So point number two, the idea matters more than the actual execution. I know plenty of people who start on YouTube. Again, they want to make the most polished videos. They put so much work into the execution of the video, yet they forget about the idea of things. So the idea, again, is one of the most important parts of succeeding on YouTube. You can have a great idea, or in fact, you can have a weak idea that is executed really well, and it will perform worse than a video that has a really great idea, but not so great execution. Leads me to believe that the idea of your videos are way more important than the production quality and all this sort of stuff, because you could have a great idea and it could just be self-shot on a camera like this and it could perform 10 times better than something with a poor idea and amazing execution. Point three, one viral video can change everything with YouTube. When you first start on YouTube, you will feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill. You'll be posting videos, you'll be hardly getting any views, and you'll go through a stage of feeling discouraged. You think, oh God, YouTube isn't working. The algorithm is working against me. Should I stop doing this and focus on something else? And that's where most people find themselves. They start and they quickly stop and they don't give YouTube enough time for it to succeed. I posted videos on YouTube for 5 years, I believe, 4 or 5 years before I got my first viral video, which went absolutely crazy. And it's still my top performing video to this day. It's got like 16 million views or something like that. But that didn't happen straight out the gate. That happened after posting like hundreds of videos. I've always played the game of just posting and forgetting about the statistics and just enjoying the process, right? But when you get one viral video, one video doesn't go viral. People start looking at your catalog of videos on your channel that you'd previously created. So it's really important to think about this when you're creating videos, or remember this, because your first 100 videos are potentially not going to get many views, and that's okay, because once you get a video that does pop off and get exponentially more views than the videos you've been posting, people will then check out your other videos because they've seen this video that's popped off and gone viral. So all the videos you've started creating in the beginning, don't worry about them getting no views in the start. You're building up a bank or a catalog of videos for people to binge watch later on. Next point is YouTube isn't too saturated. You're just not unique enough. So people start on YouTube, or they fear of getting started because they think YouTube is too saturated. They think there's too many people out there. Why would anyone want to watch my videos? The truth is, it's not too saturated. You're just not being unique enough. I am the only Alex Holoko on this planet. I'm the only person who has had my life experiences up until the age of 34, which I am now. For me to start making videos on YouTube, say about starting and growing a YouTube channel, all the stuff I'm sharing here isn't exactly breakthrough new information. I'm just sharing what's worked from my perspective and my experiences, which is what makes my content and my videos unique, as the same for you. So don't think that YouTube is too saturated. You just need to tap into a niche, topic, passion that you have, and add your own unique spin on it. Add your personality into things, because that is the unique thing that people are craving and want to see. Number 5, subscribers don't matter as much as you think they do. So a lot of people look at subscribers as the number one thing to judge a channel's success by, and this is complete bullshit. You should never judge a channel's success by how many subscribers they have. I've got channels that have over 200,000 subscribers, which are like an entertainment style channel, and they also have channels that make way more money and have a few thousand subscribers. I'm going to touch more on what I've just talked about in a second in the next point about making money on YouTube. Understand that subscribers don't matter nearly as much as you think they do if your sole goal is to grow a business that makes money, and YouTube is the primary growth generator of that. Point 6, if the channel's goal is to make money on YouTube, education will beat entertainment every single time. There's two differences on YouTube, two different types of channels you can create. You can create an entertainment channel You can create an educational channel. Now, an entertainment channel, its primary goal is to get views. Your sole income source when it comes to AdSense is based on the number of views you can get on a video. The more views you get, the more money you make. Simple as that. Now, this is very stressful because you have to almost rely on every video going viral, like a Mr. Beast style video. And this is really, really draining. Now, I'm not saying you should definitely not make an entertainment channel. It's faster to create an education style channel if your sole goal is to make money. You can make money on YouTube with less than 1,000 subscribers. So you don't have to enroll in a YouTube partner program or anything like that. You can start selling your information via courses, coaching, memberships, mentorships, anything like that, ebooks with like 10 subscribers. You don't need 1,000 or anything like that. Education style channels, you don't even need that many views to make this money. You just need the right people to view your channels, which is primarily what I'm focused on sharing on this channel, which is how to grow an educational style channel, because I believe it's a way faster way to succeed on YouTube if you want to grow a business that has multiple income streams. Point 7, the algorithm isn't against you. You're just not making the right types of content that connect with your audience. So a lot of people will make videos, and if it doesn't perform well or as well as they think it will, they just blame the algorithm and say, well, the algorithm's against me, YouTube's working against me. From years of making videos on YouTube, the one answer I have in response to this is that you're not making good enough content. Just replace the word algorithm with audience. So if you believe the algorithm is against you or the algorithm doesn't like your videos, replace it with audience. The audience doesn't like my videos. I'm not making videos that my audience likes. You just need to get better at making videos. It's not the algorithm against you, because if we think about it, YouTube's sole goal as a business is to make money. That's what any business does. And they do that through adverts on your videos. So it's in their best interest to help your videos do as well as they can. They get more views, then they make more money through AdSense. Simple as that. YouTube very rarely, if ever, will shadow ban you or like slow down the growth of your video. It just needs to find the right audience for your videos. So you create better content, you create content that has a very clear goal, very clear outcome, and YouTube then puts it in front of the right people and your audience connects with that. That's where the growth is, and that's where you experience the big wins, and it feels like the algorithm is working with you, but it's not actually that. It just means that you've created a really great connection with your content and your audience. So number 8, plan your thumbnails and titles before you make your video. On my main entertainment style channel, I used to make the video before I made the title and thumbnail. Most people do this. They think of an idea, they go out and shoot the idea, they spend maybe days or weeks making this video, and then they think of the thumbnail and title after they've made the video, which is backwards thinking. Because like I said in one of the earlier points, if you can't get somebody to click on your title and thumbnail, they're not going to watch your video. So you should be flipping this script and thinking about creating videos around thumbnails that will get clicked. So again, I use tools like 1 of 10, which helps identify outlier videos, and you can see trends on there on what types of thumbnails and titles people are actually clicking, and you can just basically model them. I'm not saying copy them, but just model them. Just look at the thumbnail and look at how the text is positioned on the thumbnail. Is there like 1 or 2 elements? Like, model it. 1 of 10, there'll be a link in the description below. Go and use that. It's a really, really cool tool to quickly identify winning thumbnail and title ideas. Point 9, create evergreen content. A lot of people will create content on YouTube and videos around trends that are here today and gone tomorrow. So news channels news is here today, it's gone tomorrow. And they'll get loads of views, and then the next day they'll get no views because there's no interest in it. There's a new bit of news coming out. Now, you can create YouTube videos around news, but you're always chasing your tail. And if that's something you want to do, then keep doing that. And it takes a lot of content to be posted for you to create consistent results on YouTube. If you create evergreen content, which is basically content that doesn't go out of date, so I create this video here on YouTube, which is sharing my biggest lessons, somebody could still watch this next year or in 10 years time and still get really good value from the video. So that's what I mean by evergreen content. You're creating videos that people can and will watch for months and years to come, not just trends that are here today and gone tomorrow. Point 10, stop overanalyzing YouTube Studio and your analytics for your first 100 videos. Now, I know it's really obsessive to go into the analytics department on YouTube and look at how your videos are performing. The reality is, if you're starting a new channel, it's going to take time for your channel and videos to bed into the YouTube system, so YouTube knows what type of videos you're creating, what your channel is about, and who the best audience is to put your videos in front of. Once it can do that, then it's worth starting to look at the data of your videos and you're starting to get some decent views on videos. So if you're only getting, if you're getting less than 100 views a video, don't start analyzing what's working and what's not for your channel, because it's just not accurate data. You need like maybe a minimum of 10,000 views a video consistently, and then you can start going and looking, well, my audience preferred this video over this topic. Maybe I should focus more on this idea and this angle than this one. But in the beginning, don't just focus on YouTube analytics and whether a video is performing well or not based on 10 or 20 views, because it's not accurate. You will just be overanalyzing things and you're not making decisions based on the long-term growth of your channel. Point 11 is work smarter, not harder. And everyone's heard that saying before, but when it comes to YouTube, you should just create systems where possible. When I first started, there was things that I kept repeating over and over again when it came to making videos. Over time, what I realized was what I can do is I can reuse clips. I can create folders that have music in that I go to all the time, sound effects, things like this. You'd be surprised that it takes a little bit of time to set these things up. Once they're there, you'll actually cut your time down when it comes to making your actual videos, which will then save your time and free up more of your day to spend on higher value tasks that will actually move the needle of your YouTube business. Outsource, if you can, to video editors, thumbnail designers, title writers, script writers, everything. All this stuff takes time. If you can get help from people doing that, or you can outsource it, or you can get rid of repeatable tasks, then do it, and you will have more time to focus on the more important things that will grow your channel. Point 12, you will suck in the beginning. I don't like saying that, but most people think they're going to be superstars out the gate when it comes to YouTube. That's not the reality. And if you are finding yourself in that camp of people doing this, you're like comparing yourselves to people who are years and decades ahead of you, right? There's no point me looking at Mr. Beast or Alex Hormozy or anything like this, because they're just way above where I am right now. But you might be watching me and looking up to me, which is probably a great thing. And I hope you are anyway. Don't get deflated or anything like that by over comparing yourself to other people who are way further ahead than you. When you first start, your videos will suck, and it's okay. Like I said in a previous point, your focus for your first 50 to 100 videos is to build a catalog of content that people can and will come back to later on, once you start getting videos that get into the algorithm and then starting to get really good views. 13, make more than one thumbnail per video. When I uploaded videos in the past, I used to just create one thumbnail per video and just upload it. Sometimes the video would work, sometimes it would flop. But what I then realized was, and what I saw bigger creators doing this. I saw them creating and changing their thumbnails after they upload the video. So they would post a video, and then an hour or two later you'd see the thumbnail change, then it may change back, or it change again to something different. What I realized through this is it's definitely worth testing thumbnails and seeing what people are engaging more with. Because if you can change a thumbnail out, and this doesn't negatively affect the performance of your video, which some people think it does, if you start getting more clicks on a certain style of thumbnail, this is something you would have never realized if you didn't have multiple thumbnails to test. And this is going to give you more data, and it's also going to expose your channel to potentially more views as well, that you otherwise wouldn't have got if you didn't have multiple thumbnails to test. So that's my rule now. I make a video and I will test maybe 3 to 5 thumbnails and see which one is getting the higher click-through rate. 14, confidence on camera takes time, but it will come. When you first start, you will feel awkward, you will not feel yourself, you will feel weird. All these weird emotions, I can guarantee this is how you'll feel, unless you already have previous experience of talking on camera, if you're making a channel where you're talking to the camera. This took me a couple of years to be okay with. I can comfortably go and talk in public without feeling awkward now. But in the beginning, I remember I was almost trying too hard. I was trying too hard for what I thought was how I needed to be on YouTube and how I needed to show up. In essence, it really just comes down to being yourself. And that's hard to do. That's where the confidence comes from. But I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm trying to be like me, because that's who I am. You do see it when people start on YouTube. They try and mimic other creators and other people on YouTube because that's what they think they should do to be successful. But the actual truth is, people just want to see you, and you should just be you, because that's who you are. Don't fret confidence on camera. It's scary to begin with, I know that, but just stick with it and your confidence will come and you'll feel less awkward and less weird over time. 15, you can make a lot of money on YouTube, but it won't happen overnight. You might see people pop up on YouTube who seemingly made a shit ton of money overnight, on YouTube, but the reality is if you actually dig into their backstory and see what their journey has been like, I can almost guarantee that they've been around for a long time and they've gone through the hard yards to figure things out. YouTube just doesn't happen overnight, but the potential to make a lot of money and grow a really good business, whatever size you want, is right there, and it's available to everybody. You need to switch your mentality. If you're thinking about this as a short-term play and you want to make quick money, then you will fail on YouTube more than likely. You need to think of this long term and almost forget about the outcome kind of to begin with and just focus on the process. I know everybody's heard that saying before, but it's true. You can actually make a ton of money on YouTube with selling your education, which is what this channel is about and what I focus on now. You can also make a lot of money through entertainment style channels, but the strategy is very much different than what I want to be sharing in this video. Next point, trends can be your best friend. Trends or trend jacking or trend hopping is a really good strategy for exposing your channel and videos to a new audience. What you're actually doing is you're just tapping in to a stream that's already there of people watching content. Now you can't just create videos on trends that are going crazy but don't have any relevance to your niche. That'd be a stupid thing to do. But if something happens in the news or some trend that pops up and you see other creators making videos on this trend and you can maybe add your own unique twist on it or your own personal experience or something like that, then by all means, that's an easy win for you. That's low-hanging fruit on YouTube to get exposed to a new audience of people and more views on your videos. So don't be afraid of trends, but just make sure those videos and the trends are relevant to your niche. Point 17, don't try and please everybody. This is the worst thing ever. You're gonna get people who hate you. You're gonna get people who don't like your videos. You're gonna get people who leave comments that are snidey and tell you that they can't hear you through your audio and your video could be better and this, that, and the other. You might feel a bit discouraged when you see stuff like this. The thing you need to remember is you need to build a tribe of people who love what you're doing. I would rather have a tribe of people or an audience of people who love my videos versus a group of people that kind of like what I'm doing but kind of don't. I either want people to like my videos or just dislike them and unsubscribe and not watch them. That's the kind of audience I want to build, and that's the mindset you need to get into as well. You will get people that hate you, you just will. You can't please everybody, but don't try to please everybody. Don't try and pander to people's comments. Don't make videos in responses to comments in most cases, because it just doesn't put you in a good place and you never really win. And that's just how to stay fueled with anxiety. I don't want that. YouTube is supposed to be a fun journey. Just focus on creating and attracting the right audience of people who love your videos. Point 18 is probably one of the most important. Start building your email list like right now. I wish I'd done this like 10 years ago. I started building my email list maybe a year or two ago, and really do wish I'd done this a long time ago. It doesn't matter what you're offering, what you're selling, anything like that, or what maybe you don't even know what you want to offer your audience just yet. It's better to start growing a list of people who are interested in what you are doing, and you can take them off YouTube. And I will leave a link to my email list below if you want to join mine. You want to learn more about what I'm doing when it comes to growing a YouTube channel. On social media, like YouTube and all these other platforms, you don't own the audience data. If YouTube just randomly shuts you off, or any of these platforms decide they don't want you on there for any reason, you've just lost everything and you don't actually have an asset at all. If you start building your email list today, you can grow a list of people who, one, are showing their commitment to you and want to learn more from you, but also you can collect and keep that customer data, which means you can consistently talk to people, communicate with people better, and just grow a better relationship and a stronger bond with those people who really love what you're doing. And then when it comes to offering them sort of course or service or product, your email list is the first place you should offer this to, because they're your hot buyers or hot leads, right? They're the people who are most likely to buy from you versus a cold audience on YouTube who've never heard of you. Start building your email list today with a simple lead magnet where you can give something away of value for free in return for someone's email address. Point 19, make connections with your competition or make friends with your competition. Now, a lot of people look on YouTube at their competitors and see them as an enemy. Flip this script and make friends with them, network with them, collaborate with them. If you have somebody in your space who's doing something similar but slightly different, for example, you can work with each other to grow both your channels, so you both win. It's not like a zero-sum game where somebody wins and somebody loses. You can both win because you can share content across both platforms Their audience can be exposed to your content and their audience can be exposed to your content. But it works both ways. Never see competition on YouTube or other people's channels as direct competition, as it's a zero-sum game, because it's not. People watch many different videos on the same topic from different creators. Why not grow together? Don't try and destroy other people in the hopes to grow your own channel. That's a stupid idea. Point 20, don't let the pressure of making money on YouTube kill your passion for making videos. I've seen this before where people get obsessed about making money on the platform. That also leads to people stop doing it because you lose the passion for the thing you got into it for. I love sharing content on growing YouTube channels, starting businesses, and on my mountain biking channel as well. But I never want the pressure of making money on the platform to kill my passion for it. It's just a really sad experience, and then you feel you're a slave to the platform and the algorithm, which nobody wants that. Everybody just wants to enjoy the process, have fun with what they're doing, which essentially is why I got into YouTube in the first place, because it was a really fun way to build an audience, sell them a product, build a business, and everyone wins. Audience gets what they want, great content, great products. I'm able to do what I want and I love. Everyone just wins. So never let the pressure of making money on YouTube kill your passion for it. You will just end up in a bad place. I hope this video was useful to you. If you've got any tips or points to add to this list, drop them in the comments below. Make sure you go and check out this video next, which is a complete blueprint for starting a YouTube channel.